Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. Ever since the history has been documented, we've heard numerous legends about the elegant, beautiful, and sometimes treacherous mermaid. Every culture across the world has its own version of this magical being. Some saying it to be the Ningyo of Japan, and for others, it is like Ariel of Disney fame. But the question that still remains unanswered is, are they even real? Today we look through 15 real-life mermaid sightings from history.
Mermaids! Yes.
Let's begin. Number 15. Cave swimming. A man posted a video in 2016 which was captured while he was diving in a cave in Cancun, Mexico. After he went underwater, he saw the silhouette of a creature that had features of a human from the waist up, but had a fish-like body from the waist down. In his video description, he basically said that he captured the real footage of a mermaid and that he's sure the mythical creature is real. The video is truly impressive, but looks as if it is too good to be true. The video description says that there were other people in the cave, but he was the only one with a camera. Due to the lack of publicity and information, we can confidently say that this video is a hoax and has nothing to do with reality. Number 14. Zimbabwe Incident. Whenever there's an incident, the natural instinct is to find the culprits behind it and punish them if they were guilty. But in 2017, an unfortunate incident of the drowning of 2 young boys occurred in Zimbabwe. The incident occurred while the boys were herding cattle near a dam when they thought they saw a fish swimming in the waters and wanted to catch it. It was at that moment that the mermaid snatched them. The eyewitnesses reported that when the mermaid resurfaced with the boys for a brief moment, their parents made the mistake of crying and the mermaid pulled the boys underwater until they drowned. The main source of the story is Zimbabwe News Online, and there have been reports that the area had other occurring mischievous mermaid activities too. Number 13. Minnesota Mermaid. In October of 2013, in Minnesota, a man was hanging out at the beach when he saw something strange. He saw a man in a yellow hazmat suit carrying a person on a stretcher. The weird thing here was that the person had a green fin from the waist down. Were these people taking the mermaid to give it some medical help, or were they taking it to some secret lab for experimentation? The world will never know. Tell us in the comments, what do you think of it? Number 12. Ladysmith Mermaid. In Cape Town, South Africa, a mermaid was spotted over by a mountain in October of 2013. The mermaid was spotted by a woman who not only saw it, but also saved its life. The woman's name was Pisani Duma, and she heard the mermaid screaming for help as it needed to get back in the water. Duma was kind enough to help her, and later she described her as Caucasian and blonde. Oddly enough, the river where the mermaid was spotted has dried up after that. Number 11. Cave sightings. The caves in Mexico weren't the only ones to be blessed with mermaid sightings. This particular incident took place in the Calan Islands in the Philippines. In the picture taken by a tourist, the silhouette of the mermaid can easily be appreciated next to them. According to the witnesses, the mermaid left a very pungent smell. The mermaid wasn't seen initially when the tourists were swimming, but when they checked the photos, the mythical creature was then spotted in it. Unfortunately, it was then too late to approach it. Local city officials have now placed a mermaid statue on the shore, commemorating the frequent mermaid sightings that have taken place for centuries. Number 10. Mermaid migration. You probably know that all mammals travel in packs. Whales, elephants, wolves, you name it. And if mermaids were an evolutionary species related to humans, they'd probably be traveling in groups too, just like whales and dolphins. This footage allegedly captures one such pod of mermaids traveling through the ocean. There's little known about the origin of the video, as it was shared anonymously and then shared by various channels. There have been reports of mermaid groups in the past too, but they've never been caught on camera like this. Some people say that this is simply a pod of dolphins and nothing more than that. What do you think? Number 9. Hebridean Mermaid. In 1830, just off the coast of the island Babencula in Scotland, people were cutting seaweed when a woman saw a unique creature in the water which looked like a miniature woman. The woman who discovered it called a man and went after it. Some naughty children even threw rocks at it and struck it in the back. A few days later, the creature's body was washed up on shore, and locals were confident that they had seen a mermaid. Number 8. British Beach Mermaid. If pictures don't convince you that mermaids are real, then believers will go to any length to prove their point. At first glance, this mermaid sighting looks quite promising, even if it looks somewhat gruesome. These photos were captured by a man named Paul Jones in Great Yarmouth in Great Britain. He captured what looks like a decaying body with a fishtail, and the corpse was pretty much intact. However, if you look closely, you'll see that the tail of this creature looks as if it is made up of a black plastic bag. People still argue about this image as it went viral on social media, and no one knows what it actually is. Some even say that it's nothing but just a seal. What do you guys think? Number 7. Mermaid, India. In December 2017, a few fishermen in India found a bizarre thing in their fishing nets, a mermaid. The video showed that the creature was unique and had half the body of a fish and half that of a human, but unlike how we see mermaids portrayed in movies, this one did not have a human head. The photos and videos of this creepy-looking creature went viral online and thought that it was a real-life mermaid. What do you think? Tell us in the comments down below. Number 6. The Human Fish. In 1943, the world was embroiled in a global conflict, and the Japanese were at the forefront. Japan had set up surveillance teams on the Chi Islands in Indonesia. During their watch, they saw a creature with spines on its back, a mouth like a carp, and it had a human-sized shape. Local villagers later caught a creature that looked very similar to the creature they spotted earlier. Number 5. New Zealand Mermaid. Off the coast of South Island in New Zealand, 7 fishermen from Papua New Guinea had concerns that they found human remains on the sandy beaches. When they called the cops, they realized that the remains were not of any human origin and clearly belonged to a species that was a mixture of both humans and fish. This caused people to believe that they had found the resting place of the mermaid, but we're not so sure. What do you think about this one? Number 4. Bufflejags River. In the village of Sarak, which is close to Swindletown, there flows the Bufflejags River, and in the depths of its waters, there's a legend of a mermaid that resides in the area. According to rumors and gossip, the mermaid has been spotted numerous times in the area by many generations in the village. In January of 2008, one of the locals named Daniel Capito was hanging out at a campsite late at night when he heard thrashing in the water. Upon investigation, he saw a woman with long black hair. As he went forward with the intentions of saving her, he said that the woman looked toward him and her eyes had a red tint, and he was taken by as if he was hypnotized. He had to be saved by his companions, and apparently, the mermaid was seen by multiple people. If the story is actually true, we can only wonder why it didn't make it to the headlines around the world. Number 3. Bering Sea Mermaid. Apparently, people like Shakespeare appeared to have seen the mermaids, and maybe Shakespeare's The Tempest was inspired by one such sighting. In 1608, a man named Henry Hudson wrote an account of a mermaid he saw in the Bering Sea. She had black hair and had a head and trunk of a woman, but from the belly button down, she looked like a porpoise. Number 2. Mermaid in Wave. Most of the mermaid pictures that surface show it resting on the beach or sitting on a rock, but there's rarely any picture of it swimming. But this video allegedly captures a mermaid surfing along the waves at a high speed. Although it is a short video, it is clear enough for us to appreciate that it has a human-like torso but the tail of a fish. Some have argued that this video is just a product of good editing skills, but you never know. Number 1. Archaeological Mermaid Skeleton. This mermaid skeleton lies in the National Museum of Denmark and was allegedly found by a farmer who discovered it while plowing his field. Many of the world's greatest historical crypto-archaeological finds have been discovered under similar circumstances, buried under someone's property. Mermaid skeletons have been found and displayed earlier too, but this might be the only one to be displayed in such a prestigious national museum. Do you believe in mermaids and other mythical creatures? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing content.